Hello everyone, it's Nadie, and today we'll be testing out the new Covergirl Today we'll be testing out the new Covergirl Skin Milk Foundation. As you beautiful people know, this is about the products and not the people behind them. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy. Okay? Thank you. So, how is everyone today? I hope wherever you're at in this fabulous universe, you're having a bangin' ass time. I am having a fantastic day. It's beautiful outside. It's wonderful in here. Life is good. Especially because I happen to get this little guy in my mailbox today. This is PR from Covergirl. Thank you very, very much. They did send this to me at no charge, obviously, but like anything that I get for free, if I don't like it, I'll let you know. Honesty is the best policy here. Unfortunately, though, I don't use a lot of these products, so today we're mainly gonna stick to the foundation. Like, this also came with some tinted lip oils. Once I remove my makeup, like after I film, I want everything gone, and so I don't want my lips tinted. And then they also came with a cream blush. I don't really use cream blushes, and I don't really use, I think these are stick highlighters, so we'll save those and play with those maybe during a YouTube live or something. And today, we're gonna focus on these hoes, because look at how sexy they are. Oh, don't they just make your milk boil? Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 shades. That's not the most extensive shade range. I mean, Covergirl has come out with like 40 or 60 shades before, and so this does kind of surprise me, but they do seem to go pretty deep and pretty light, so I do really appreciate that. And it does look like there's a nice range in between. Could it be wider? Yes, but I don't know if they put this out just as a tester and then maybe they'll launch more shades in the future. I don't know. And I'm assuming here that each row is like dark, medium, and light. And here's the lightest one. It is pretty fair. I do feel like they could go lighter, but at the same fucking time, I know that they have to put out what they sell the most of, and so maybe these are their most popular shades. Either way, maybe today will be the actual day that I find my correct shade. Doubtful, but still. Let me see if this is on the Ulta website and we can read a little bit about this shizfest. Alright, I'm on the Ulta website, and this almost has 5 out of 5 stars. That's pretty damn good, and this retails for $11.99. Wait, there's 14 shades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, fuck me. There's 14 shades, not 15. All right, but still, that is actually even worse because now there's fewer shades. Okay, but there are some decent colors in here. I hope they expand because Covergirl really does have some banging products. Like, they're Simply Ageless. Oh my god, one of my all-time favorites, always will be one of my all-time favorites. It's so good, but maybe this will even top it. We love a good top, don't we? This says, show off fresh, healthy skin with Covergirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk Foundation formulated without parabens, sulfates, or phthalates. This lightweight, nourishing liquid foundation gives your skin the moisture boost it craves with a delicate infusion of milky coconut and soothing aloe. You'll experience a glowing, dewy finish that lasts all day long, blurring imperfections and creating more even skin tone. Pro tip, use Covergirl's True Blend Face Primer before applying for an even more flawless finish. This bitch is cruelty-free. You go, honey. The only advice they give is to use the primer before. I'm actually all out of their primer, so I'm gonna go in with this KPX Hydrolux SPF 15 primer. Let's see, what color should we use? The bitch doesn't have his fake tan on today, so I'm actually like human color. That might be a little bit too light. Let's see about that one. That might be okay, maybe. Hopefully this one isn't too light, but this is the shade 540 Light. I am genuinely terrible at shade matching. I don't know why, but okay, yeah, we're doing the 540 Light one. I'll give it a good shake. And this says it has sheer buildable coverage. That kind of scares me because I'm more of like a medium to full coverage kind of bitch. Like, that's what satisfies me. And it takes a lot to satisfy my cravings. But let's start by going in with a single pump of this guy right here. Come on, baby. Oh, yes. Oh, she's coming. There we go. Ooh, very nice. Ooh, it smells good. It kind of smells nutty. We know Nadie loves his nuts. You do have to be careful with this primer because if you use too much, it does kind of want to peel on you, which I've had that happen with a lot of primers, actually. And for today's application, I'm actually going to go in with this guy right here. This is a puff that I got from Amazon for like $4, a huge packet of them. I tried it against the Tati Beauty one. They're both fucking fabulous. They're both pretty much the same. This one just happens to be clean today. And let's open this guy up. Oh, that's weird. Usually they have like a little peely thing for sanitary purposes. I mean, nobody touched this, so who cares, but still. And I don't think it has a smell, at least not that I can tell yet. It smells very foundation-y, very much just like ingredients. I thought somebody said this was supposed to smell like vanilla or something. Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. I may have dreamed it. I was probably high. That's more like it. Okay, so let's take a little bit onto the poof. It's kind of liquidy, but more on the, well, no, it's liquidy. And I really have no idea how much to use, so let's just start with this amount. And they said it was really sheer but buildable, and oh, that is really sheer. It like disappeared onto my face. I can't quite tell, but this might seem like it could be a little bit light. Like when I look at both sides of my face, this one looks a little bit lighter. So why don't I go one shade down? Oh, but that's gonna be too dark. Okay, we'll stick to this one and build the coverage up. But that just totally disappeared. I'm glad that I happened to read that this was sheer but buildable, because I would have been like, what the fuck, man? So here we go in with even more. I mean, that's a lot of product. Oh yeah, this is a little bit too light for me. Maybe after this, I will go in with a deeper shade, but fuck, I don't know. Will that mess everything up? It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of coverage, but my face does look lighter, so I know that something is going down. I mean, it's just very, very natural looking. I'm not sure how it looks on camera, but in person, this looks way too light for me. It probably looks perfect on screen, but I think I'm actually gonna start over because I'm afraid that if I layer them up, it's just gonna look weird, and I don't wanna fuck this up. So I'm just gonna take my makeup wipe. Oh yeah, okay, so that definitely did have a little bit of coverage. Like now that I see my bare ass skin, we can tell that there was something there. And I did really like using this primer, but I also kind of now want to see what it looks like on my skin with the normal primer that I use. Actually, maybe I'll mix them. I'm just gonna take a little squirt of this guy here and then mix it with my YSL Touche Clap primer. And for those of us wondering, I'm pretty sure Covergirl actually has a dupe for this. It's like the clear one, kind of like the Smashbox clear primer. I feel like every company has the version of that. Okay, this time I'm gonna go in with light medium, which I think might be a little bit too yellow for me, but I'd rather be a little bit yellow than a little bit ghostly. So let's try this instead. And ooh, let me shake it first. Shake it like Shakira at the Super Bowl. And I'm gonna go in with quite a bit because we saw how much it took last time. So there she'd be. Let's place her on the face. Oh, I think this is probably a much better color choice. Ooh, it might be perfect. Wow. Coverage-wise though, very, very minimal. I would almost classify this more as like a BB cream. We can see around my nose area that it did kind of correct the redness, so obviously there's a bit of coverage, but if you're wanting like a full ass coverage foundation, this is not it. Like you will go through that bottle very, very quickly. It's like me with lube. And there we have it with one layer. I spread that around pretty much as I could. It doesn't look like I'm wearing makeup, and there still are quite a few flaws on my face that I want covered. So let's go in with another good bloop of this. So I'm taking probably the same amount, which I mean, this is a lot that we've had to use just to get like normal coverage. So definitely take that into consideration, especially because this is $12, which that price really isn't terrible, but if you have to use a lot, then it can add up really quickly. But with the 2 layers, that to me is really, really good. Like this is pretty. Very natural looking on the skin. I do see some dewiness. I'm not a huge fan of dewiness, but that's kind of what this product is about. Now that it's spread around, I'm just gonna kind of pat it in just like I would with like a normal sponge beauty blender. After using these, I don't know that I will ever go back to using a sponge again. Like there's honestly no need. Like once you've had the best, why go back? There we are with a couple layers on the skin. It is dewy. It actually might still be a little bit too light for me, but more closer to my skin shade than the other one by far. So I don't think it looks bad at all. Is there a whole lot of coverage? No, but it did do a great job at balancing my redness. It did offer a little bit of coverage under my eyes. I don't look as sleepy. On the skin, I think it looks great. Like there are certain areas where you can tell that I'm wearing makeup where my pores are a little bit bigger. So it's not necessarily the foundation's fault for me having big pores around a certain area, but does it look good? I think so. And because they said it was buildable, I kind of want to add one more layer because I personally can see a little bit of redness still peeking through there. So let's go in with another bluebee. I'm gonna go in with a bit less because I don't want this to turn into cake face. Like that would just be a big ass waste. So I'm just gonna kind of focus it more around the redness that I have, aka fucking everywhere. But even with the 3 layers, I still think this looks great. Okay, now that it's all nice and blended out, what do y'all think? I think it looks really nice and pretty on the skin, but I did have to use quite a bit. And so if you were to wear this much foundation every day, I don't know that this would last you more than a week, maybe 2. And at $12 a bottle, that can get kind of expensive. Like, you could easily get a more expensive foundation that you have to use less of. But if you want the kind of foundation that you can use as a very, very light base, if you want more of like a no makeup look, then absolutely I do recommend this, because every single layer that we put on, I thought it looked good. It was just how much coverage you want. Me, I want to look fucking plastic all day, every day, so I would want a little bit more coverage, but not everybody wants that. But it does have a good bit of glow to it. I look dewy, I look fresh, the bitch looks wet. He looks moist. People hate that word, but I love it. Sip my coffee and let the word moist sink in. Moist. So now that the foundation is on, I'm gonna go in with the normal products that I'd use. The concealer that I love to this day and always will is the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Vanilla. And then I like to also go in with NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. This is in the shade Natural. But I just kind of want to see how these play with each other, because sometimes you can have a really beautiful foundation, but it doesn't play nicely with the concealers, which now I'm seeing this concealer might be a little bit darker than my foundation. That's okay. That's why we're going in with this guy. Actually, no, that's even darker. Okay, we are going to double this up with some Shape Tape. That's, I think, a little bit lighter. My God, I've got more concealer on than foundation. Shit. And I think these are playing together really well. Like, they're kind of melting into each other and creating a nice, clean canvas. So far, this foundation is doing pretty fucking good. Other than the fact that you do have to use quite a bit of it. Actually, you know what I just realized? We forgot to look at the reviews. Let's see what people said. All right, the 1-star reviews say the foundation is horrible. It's sheer coverage at best, which they do say it's sheer coverage. It's very dry once on your skin and is very hard to blend out. I've tried this several different ways, and the only way they can make it wearable is to add a powder foundation over the top to cover the streakiness of it and add lots of setting spray. I didn't really notice any streaking, at least not with this. Maybe with a brush it would be different, but like I said, I am not going back to a brush after using this. This person blended it out and it blended to a matte finish. It did not meet their expectation and they returned it. Very smooth, made their skin look amazing. Lightweight coverage, amazing, super smooth, beautiful, dewy, light coverage. Okay, so a lot of people know that this is a very, very light coverage one. To me, it's very lightweight. I'm assuming that most people probably would not apply quite as much as I did, because I did go pretty heavy on it, but I'm kind of glad we went heavy on it, because that does show that you can really build this up beautifully. And now that I have about 15 pounds of concealers under my eyes, let's go ahead and set this and the rest of my face. To do that, I always use my favorite 100% Pure Bamboo blurring powder. Press a little bit under the eyes and then dust some on the face with a brush. That's like the only thing that I'll use a brush for the face. Actually, fuck it, I'm just gonna powder my whole face with this thing today. Oh my God, that's so much. I just like to take this and kind of press it into the skin just like I do with drag, but it makes your makeup stick forever. And it helps to have a really nice powder, and this one is extremely expensive, but to me, so worth it. You can always find it on Poshmark for a discounted price, but even at full price, it's worth it. We'll dust any excess powder away, and oh, my skin looks beautimous. What do you think? I think it looks great. I don't know if it was the tools that I used or if it's the actual product, but my skin looks very, very fresh. Not necessarily dewy. It may have been because I set it with the powder. I'm not necessarily mad at that, but it was supposed to look dewy. So for those of you wanting a dewier finish, know that depending on how you apply it, or if you do powder it, it might not look dewy. Here we go. I like the way it looks. I am going to go ahead and do my eye look off camera because I'm reviewing another eyeshadow palette. So I will see you in just a second after the wear time test. And we are back. I've just hit the 5-hour mark, and this is what we're looking like. Go ahead and get you zoomed in a little bit closer, shall we? Hey, baby. So I've actually noticed a few issues with the foundation. I'm not sure if it's the foundation or what, but it did not want to keep the product on my face around this area. Like, when I applied it, nothing stuck down, and so this is what we're left with. And I thought maybe it was just that side, but the same thing happened on this side where it just like collected weirdly and wouldn't lay down in other areas. I don't know if you can see that, but it is weird. It is not good looking at all, especially in my forehead, because it didn't want to blend out, and so now I don't really have that much of a forehead contour. I don't know what is up, if it's like the concealer, if it's the foundation, because everything should be pretty held into place and even because I powdered my face. But here, I'll go ahead and try and put on a little bit more bronzer, and we'll see if the same thing happens where it sticks. Okay, do you see right there? There's like a total line. I don't know what the fuck is happening, but nothing is sticking right there, and I don't know who to blame it on. Let's try it on this side. Yeah, see, like nothing nothing goes right there, which is where I put the concealer, so I don't know if it's not playing nicely with the concealer, but then why is that line there? So because there's so many factors that are going into whatever is wrong, I don't know that I can recommend this foundation. Otherwise, I do think my skin looks really, really nice, patchy contour aside. The foundation itself is very layerable. It looks beautiful on the skin no matter how many layers you apply. And so in that sense, I do think it's really good, but the patchiness, that really scares me. And so I really can't give you a definitive answer. This is how it looks after 5 hours with added bronzer. I mean, obviously there's way too much fucking bronzer on right now. What's stopping me from saying yes is the weird patchiness that it has. I don't get it. If any of you know what the fuck is up with it, maybe I applied some product that I shouldn't have, please let me know, because it's odd. But if you ignore all that, then absolutely, I totally love this foundation. I think it's really, really pretty. I don't think that it's good for people who want like medium to full coverage, because you will run right through that tube. Like a fucking box of condoms, that shit will not last you very long. But if you do want really light coverage, then absolutely, I think it's great. But do keep in mind that it might not play nicely with all of the other products that you use, which is kind of a big deal to some people. But there you go. Thank you all so much for being here. I always love having you. And of course, big ass thank you to Covergirl for sending this package my way. I can't wait to try the other products. Like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepoplix.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at OfficialNady, and you can follow me online at thepoplix.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye.